Ladies and gents, and welcome to G Reaction, and this is The Scourge of God, The Life and Times of Attila the Hun by the channel Jack Rackham. Jack Rackham, really? That's the name? I remember that name from the Black Sails TV show. Yeah. So Attila the Hun. I reacted to the, Towahati's Unbiased History series. If you haven't seen my reaction to it, check out the cast. There's a playlist I created for it. In that, he was keep amping up this evil force that's gonna come, and then I realized it's people said it's Attila the Hun. All right, I didn't know who Attila the Hun was. I kind of heard the name somewhere, but didn't know who he actually was. Then I realized he was, I guess you could call it an ancestor to Mongols. I don't know. But he was just like them, really ransacking every place and, dominating that kind of thing. And, Doveti was, hyping him up so much. Then he finally came, he destroyed everything in the, Eastern Rome and everywhere. And then he went to the Western Rome, about to invade Rome. And then, Pope went to him, talked to him, and he just went home. I'm like, what the hell? I was sure that, Attila was going to, Attila is going to be the reason why Rome falls, because I didn't know Roman history. I didn't know how Rome's going to fall. So I'm like, this must be it. But no, he just went home. That was one of the most surprising thing I ever saw in any of the historical videos. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna see one of the detailed videos on Attila the Hun. I don't know if this is detailed or not, it's just a 6-minute video. But I thought I'm gonna do the detailed reaction to one of the Attila the Hun videos. Because Doherty can sometimes be, let's just say, unbiased. Hence the name. He can, just skew the details here and there. So I'm like, you know what, I wanna react to proper Attila the Hun video. I also want to react to proper Julius Caesar videos, but I'm going to do that later. So yeah, Attila the Hun, let's watch what really happened, and if Doherty was telling the truth or was just, changing the truth because, it was just funny. Let's watch this.
Yes, I know the last video was about the end of the Roman Empire. What about it? This is about the Huns. Totally different. Took the Romans 700 years to conquer 4 million square kilometers. It took the Huns 70. The year is 440. Attila's about to throw down, and there's only one man who can stop him. How's that for drama? Hey, I got a question for you. You like Game of Thrones? All 6 seasons of Game of Thrones?
Nope.
You want to see Gregor Clegane giving the performance of his...
Look, I'm gonna say I love the first season of Game of Thrones. Then, who was the main actor? I even forgot the name of the actor, man. The one who died, Jon Snow's father. Damn it, how the hell can I forget his name? Alright, so he died, and I'm like, you know what, this is getting, because I was sure that he's gonna go till the end, but he just died at the first season. I'm like, damn. Sean Bean, yeah, there you go. So I'm like, damn, this is stupid. It kind of pissed me off, but then alright, fine. Then I started to watch season. It was fine at early, then it started to become like soap opera. It's like, this is too much drama for me, and by the end I didn't see the last 2 seasons. I'm like, screw this. And as I hear lots of my friends saying the ending was screwed up anyway. So I'm like, yeah, screw this.
His life as Attila the Hun. You want to feel the glory of Rome in the 5th century just when you thought they were all out of glory? Guess what I'm about to say. 2 words, Magellan TV. 1 word. All this time, I've been hitting you with their 2,000 documentaries where they get world-class experts and get their hands on these amazing artifacts that are hundreds or thousands of years old, but all this time, they've had these historical dramas that are absolutely glorious. Between you and me, I really hope I get to do another video with them, because they've got a whole series of films made by the same people as this one, and boy, there are a couple of those I've really got my eye on for future videos. It's region-locked, so if you're not American and you don't have a VPN, I'll point you toward the Warrior's Way series, because honestly, no matter where you live, they've got great content available. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, go to MagellanTV.com/Jack Rackham.
How the hell do you don't have a VPN? It's so easy to get a VPN. If you're using, Google Chrome browser, there are even free extension for VPNs. It's not that hard.
Get a free month's membership and you watch Warriors, Attila the Hun, you will not be disappointed. So the Huns, what's the deal with the Huns? Well, they're probably connected to the Xiongnu in East Asia, hence when I say the words, let's get down to business, anyone who's ever seen Mulan immediately starts thinking about the Huns. All the Romans knew.
I always heard of the name Attila the Hun here and there, But I don't know how the hell did I gloss over that in Mulan, the Huns are there. I don't know how that detail went over my head. But I didn't know that either. And then people said, and I saw some bits from it going back. I'm like, that is true, isn't it?
Is that the big scary Goths who ruled the sylvan wastelands of not Rome were suddenly storming Roman lands because a bigger, scarier army of horsemen just crossed the river at the edge of the world. Rome was still—
Oh my god, that was ridiculous too. Doherty was showing all that and I'm like, he's over-exaggerating. But I guess he wasn't. I mean, they really were afraid of Attila the Hun, so they just ran inside the Rome. That was so ridiculous, man. When you really think about it, that sounds like some Hollywood movie scenarios to hype up the enemy. But no, that was real.
Fat on cash, though, and ended up using the Huns as mercenaries, sometimes to wage war between the Eastern and Western Empire, meaning Attila had lots of experience fighting Romans as he grew up. And the perfect opportunity to fight some Romans just happens to present itself when the Vandals take over Carthage, and would you look at that, no one's defending the Balkans. But the Romans assume, they're only effective on horseback. Once they get to the city, sweet Jesus, they have siege weapons. Who the hell taught them how to make siege weapons? Oh, right.
You did.
Attila can't capture Constantinople, but he can do pretty much anything else. So when the Romans finally pay him to leave, he's absolute—
Yeah, that is ridiculous, isn't it? He couldn't siege Constantinople. Nobody could until, I guess, was the 14th century or something. Nobody, I think Ottoman did it, but nobody could, siege the, Constantinople. Yet they could siege any other place and destroy it. That's just show you how well fortified Constantinople was.
absolutely loaded with cash. It's at this point I should mention Attila was actually a co-ruler with his brother Bleda, but there's a reason you've never heard of Bleda the Hun.
Killed him.
And that's because when you have co-rulers, especially brothers, there's a very popular outcome. I tried to come up with a clever way to animate this, but honestly I just can't top this. He then goes back to Constantinople, but the city is saved by an Isaurian—
I love that one. After killing, there was a cricket sound there. That's damn funny.
general named Zeno, except not that Zeno, and then the emperor dies in a horse riding accident. Deja vu. Anyway, Attila keeps attacking the Eastern Empire until he realizes there's no more gold because he took all the gold. You might be wondering, what about the Western Empire? Well, Attila was actually pretty chill with the West, because their top general named Aetius, who was kind of a big deal in Ravenna, was overall a
Aetius. That's it. Oh yeah, I remember him from the Unbiased History video.
pretty chill guy. So actually, Attila decided to team up with the Western Empire and go attack the Visigoths. As far as Rome was concerned, everything was coming up Millhouse. But then Attila gets a letter from the emperor's sister with her wedding ring in it. Turns out she had been arranged to marry the senator least likely to use her connection.
That was so screwed up, isn't it? Like, I mean, I don't know if you can blame her or not. She was getting screwed over by her brother, obviously. But, of all the people, she's like, you know what? The one person they're fearing the most, I'm going to send a letter to that person. That's just ridiculous.
To usurp the throne, but she wasn't super into forced marriage, and so she took the nuclear option.
Message for you, sir.
Attila accepts her offer and demands half the empire as her dowry, and the emperor says, no, that wasn't on the table. She's exiled now. No connection. Nope. So, yes? What you're saying is... Yes? That I... Yes? Should take everything. Yes! Wait, no! No! Do it. Doing it. But aha! The West still
I
has...
like this channel's, internet historian style jokes and animation. It's just awesome.
Aetius, probably the last great general the Western Empire ever
Aetius.
had. He'd spent his youth among the Huns and even led a Hunnic army back in the day. As much as the Huns had been learning from the Romans, he'd been learning from the Huns. And Aetius has the power of...
Yeah, I mean, in the, Doherty's video, he saw that, he had some Huns in his side. I'm like, the way he was hyping up, like, Huns are coming. I thought there would be, this massive horde that would come and kill them all. But I didn't know that they had already had history there. So I was surprised at the time, like, why the hell the Huns are with him?
friendship. As Attila is ransacking Gaul, Aetius gets help from the Visigoths, the Franks, the Saxons, the Alans, all the tribes Attila had terrorized, and assembles a grand coalition. The only problem...
Yeah, there is a massive issue with this, because if they win, I mean, they are going to take Rome. If they don't win, Attila is going to take the Rome. This strategy was always like suicide.
was that victory could be just as bad as defeat.
Yes.
Because if the Romans took more casualties than the Visigoths, well, chances are it would be the Visigoths ransacking Gaul next year. But as it happens, things go perfectly. Aetius beats back Attila. It could be argued he was on his way out anyway, but why let that get in the way of a good story? And as an added bonus, the king of the Visigoths gets killed in battle. Hooray, friendship! And that would be a really nice end to the story, except for the fact that then Attila attacks Italy like the next year. And for some reason, Aetius got nerfed, and then
Yeah, there was something that even surprised me, like, this is weird. I mean, when you think about war and battles, you're like, a defeat is a defeat, that's it. Like, you don't think about, like, who gives a crap about the, details about things like this. If you can attack again, why would you? So I love that Attila just came back next year and attacked again.
Attila just decides to turn around, and no one's totally sure why.
Yeah, this was...
Like, maybe when the Pope went out to meet him, he just really impressed him with his godliness, or maybe Attila ran out of supplies, or he was superstitious about attacking the city of Rome, or maybe the Eastern Empire got involved. It just gets in the way of everything. And then Attila chokes to death on a nosebleed. His son...
Yeah, I mean, that is... Nobody knows about it, huh? What Pope talked about... Why did he just decide to turn around? Maybe Pope played mind games like, we have massive army here and there, it's not going to end well for you, you don't have supplies, all that. Or maybe Eastern Empire is with us, we are uniting against you. If you don't go away, this is your last warning, or something like that. Who the hell knows? God knows what he told, because that's just ridiculous. This happened in real life. They just talked and he just decided to left. That's ridiculous. That's surprising. Like, what the hell? All of this happened just for you to leave?
Tear the empire apart, and all the tribes go, "Aight, I'ma head out," and 70 years of Hunnic conquest disappears. The end.
Yeah, I wish there would be more detail about what Pope talked about, but I guess nobody knows that. Yeah, but that is just ridiculous. That is really bugging me. Like, what the hell did they talk about that? Why did Attila suddenly went away? I guess he just played mind games, like I said. Well, this is a good channel, like internet historian style, making videos, the animations, even the jokes, and this is just great. I guess I'm going to react to more of his videos now. Jack Rackham. Alright people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out other reaction I did. There's a link in the description with all of my videos. Check out the cards with the playlist, like unbiased history and things like that. Other Salmonella, oversimplified SCP, things like that. Check out the end card to see what YouTube throws at you. And yeah, I'll see you next time.